Every time the girl lifted her skirt, people would give her $10. All the men in the neighborhood had taken advantage of her. Even teenagers. One day, 4 boys tricked her into going out for a meal. After she was full, they drugged her. The 4 boys took turns assaulting her. That night, she ran barefoot to the police station to report the crime, but she had a congenital intellectual disability. One moment she said it was forced. The next she said it was consensual. The police couldn't file the case. Soon after, she got pregnant and gave birth to a child. Then, when the child turned 10, both mother and son disappeared. It wasn't until 15 years later, when a gruesome case emerged, that the past resurfaced. Police were called to an abandoned factory and found a man lying on a bed, covered with needles and tubes. All the 4 lines were tangled together. As an officer inspected the scene by the bed, the man suddenly opened his eyes and stared at him. The officer was terrified. He quickly called for an ambulance, but as soon as they removed the tubes and loaded him into the ambulance, the man died. The clue to this case actually came from a death row inmate. So, the police chief brought in Mike, a brilliant detective, to help. The chief handed Mike a drawing made by the inmate, John, which depicted the crime scene exactly. Mike went to the prison to meet John, who grinned mischievously and proposed a game. He gave Mike a note with 7 unrelated clues, challenging him to find the next victim. On the back was another sketch. John warned Mike to hurry. The victim was still alive. Mike rushed to the first crime scene and was chilled by what he saw. The flow rates of the liquids were precisely controlled, and the number of 4 bags was enough to sustain life for 3 months. The victim was kept alive but trapped, unable to die or escape. The killer had calculated the time of death with terrifying accuracy. It was deeply unsettling.